Hello and welcome to the Lake District Yogi. My name's Kat and welcome to this cute little home studio that I share these videos from, where you are always welcome to join me for a virtual cup of tea and a space that is calm and tranquil, somewhere that you can retreat to for some time of quiet and movement. So today's class is going to be short but playful. We're going to be stretching the whole body. It'll be a full body flow, but we're going to be working on finding fluidity into some interesting transitions, so in and out of poses, flowing things together. So without further ado, you can pause this video, obviously, if you need to curate your space, get the things that you need, if you want props or blankets or to go and make your own cup of tea. And then we will start in a cross-legged shape. So when you're ready, just let your hands rest easily somewhere on your legs, so you could have them in your palms up in your lap or just resting on your knees. Just close the eyes and just allow yourself to fully arrive here. Seeing if just for the next little while, this time that we are practicing together, see if we can just let fall away the things that are pressing in our mind, the to-do list, the demands, the things that are always pulling for our attention. And while you're here settling, just allow yourself to take 2 or 3 really nice, deep, grounded breaths. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when I say deep breath, I don't necessarily mean filling up to absolute capacity. I mean taking a breath that is slow and measured and that creates some space within the torso. If you appreciate slightly longer to do this sort of centering and gathering part, by all means press pause and sit for a while longer, just focusing on your breathing. Otherwise, plant your right hand down on the ground beside you. Take this left arm palm up, and with the same slow, mindful attention that we paid to those first couple of centering breaths, we're going to breathe in and lift this left arm. See if you can get it alongside the ear. If that's a bit of a stretch, let the arm just reach for the ceiling. Ground down through your left sitting bone. And take a couple of breaths into this deep side body stretch. So this is our first stretch, where again, we're not going 100%, but we're letting ourselves find space in the side body. Next in-breath, keep the arm lifted, bend the elbow, and just sort of peel it back, maybe turn the torso towards the left a little. Breathe out, flow back into that deep stretch. Twice more like this. Inhale to bend the elbow, peel back a bit. Exhale, find that stretch, maybe a little deeper this time. One more time like this, just seeking some space, fluidity, connection to your breath. Let yourself come back to center, plant the left hand. Slowly let that right arm reach, find the stretch intensity that works perfectly for you. Ground through the right sitting bone. And then breathe in, peel back that elbow, shine through the palm, maybe turn the torso a little. Exhale, find that reach. Twice more like this on your own breath. And then let yourself come up. Find that neutral spine. And then just come onto the feet and come into a little toe stand. So I'm going to turn this way because I was sideways on my mat. And then open the knees and find a squat. So you might need to spend a couple of moments just adjusting into this. You can keep the fingertips on the ground or bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together, lifting the sternum, the heart center towards your thumbs. Whoops. Take a couple of breaths here. If you're lucky enough to be able to squat like a toddler on flat feet, I'm very envious. I'm perched on my tiptoes in a squat. I've never got my heels flat. It's just the way my ankles are made, I think. But it does mean that for me, this is quite a balance as well as a hip opener. So take a couple of breaths here. Find your focal point. Really connect deeply with your breathing. And then place the fingertips back down if you'd lifted them. Lift the hips a fraction, turn the feet so that they're parallel, and then make your way into a forward fold. Keep it soft. Keep a bend in the knee if you need. You can rock front to back on your feet. You can hold your opposite elbow and find any amount of sway. Feeling into the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the hips, maybe the upper back if you're holding your elbows. Always searching for spaciousness and release. Release the elbows if you're holding them. Press firmly into the feet, soften the knees, rise all the way up to standing. Sweep the arms overhead. Let the palms touch. Maybe a micro back bend, just feel that full stretch through the front body. Take a centered breath in, and as you breathe out, fold forward, back over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to the floor or hands to your shins, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And then turn the heels in, toes out, and find that squat again, just for a couple of breaths, hands to the floor or to the heart. And then place the fingertips down again. Walk them forward and find all fours. You can keep the toes tucked if it helps with stability, entirely up to you. And we'll do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So breathing in, let the belly drop, lift the chin a fraction. Really engage through the arms, and as you breathe out, press into the earth, round the spine. Inhale, rippling through, drop the belly, let the heart shine forward. Exhale, press into the hands, round the spine. One more time, let the tailbone lift, belly drop, ripple through. And then press into the hands, engage through the arms, arch the spine. Find that neutral. Okay, tuck the toes if you didn't have them tucked already. Move the hands forward, maybe a fraction. We're moving into downward dog. So spread through the fingers, press into the hands, lift the hips, and then find intuitive movement. So it could be that you want to stay in stillness with the knees bent a lot or a little. Or you can move, making the weight shift from one foot to the other. Feeling into the backs of the legs and the shoulders. And then eventually make your way to stillness. And we'll start our first little spacious seeking flow. So we're going to step our right foot between our hands. So send it out behind you if you like to do that. Step it through, lower the back knee, but keep the toes tucked. Inhale, sweep the arms up. So we're going to come into half split. So you have a choice. You can either bring the fingertips down and extend the hips back, straightening through that front leg as much as you wish. Or With the back toes tucked, you can do a kind of flying version. So you'll send the hands behind you without touching down, which I just did. So it adds another element of challenge. And then you'll come back forward, hands not touching the ground. So as you exhale, you sweep them back, palms up. Inhale, rebend the front knee, lift the arms. Exhale, send them back, palms up. If you are keeping the fingers on the floor for this, that's absolutely fine. One more like this. Come back into that low lunge. And we're coming straight into warrior three, standing on our right leg. So you can just leap up graciously, or you can place the fingertips down, not so gracefully, and come up into our warrior three. So left leg out behind you. Hands to the heart. And then come up to one-legged Tadasana. Slowly bring the left knee into the chest. You can keep the hands at the heart or send the arms overhead. Entirely up to you. Bring the left foot down, cross it over to the outside of your right foot. So your legs are crossed. Sweep the arms overhead as you breathe in. And as you exhale, fold over your crossed legs. This will feel different and it may feel more intense. So be very gentle as you come down. Only go as far as is comfortable. Inhale, lift halfway. And then take your left leg, send it out behind you. So we're in a standing splits. You can keep the chest lifted or you can let it come down closer to your right leg. Gently touch the back foot down, come back to that low lunge with the toes tucked. Half splits, hands flying behind you. Inhale, back to our low lunge. One more time, sweep the hands behind you. Lift back up. Place the hands on the floor and then move through your vinyasa. Knees up or down, cruise through a slow flow. Finding your way back to downward dog. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Adjusting your hands, your feet. Make this shape work for you. And then we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, step the left foot through, lift it out behind you first if you like. Lower the back knee, keep the toes tucked, lift the arms. So just let yourself move into this lunge. Let yourself stretch into the right hip, but like I always say, do it with mindful control. Keep pressing into that front foot. And then when you're ready, take a breath in, exhale, sweep the arms behind you, palms up. Find your flow. Exhaling to find your half splits, keeping the fingertips on the ground if you prefer. Exhaling to sweep the arms behind you. Let's do one more like this. Finding that lunge. And we'll prepare to come up to warrior three. So bringing the fingertips down if you wish. Springing onto that left leg. Really gracefully bringing the hands to the heart. So really energize that back leg. You can point or flex the foot. Or if you have to touch down, I do all the time. And then slowly make your way into one-legged Tadasana. Draw that left knee into the chest, arms overhead or at your heart. And now keep that standing leg really engaged. Really draw in the big muscles of the thighs. Sort of really feel the energy lift the kneecap. Lifting out of the waist will all help with balance. And then slowly cross that right foot over the left. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over those legs. Go in gently. Feel your way. Okay, come up halfway. Fingertips to the floor. And then take that right leg, send it out behind you, either keeping the chest lifted or folding over towards that left leg in this standing splits. Gently let the back foot touch down, sink the knee to the ground, find your low lunge. And then 2 of these beautiful half splits, low lunge flows. Feel the joy, find the playful energy in this. Bring the hands to the ground, step to plank, and then move through your flow. So we can move slowly but consistently. We can move mindfully with deep awareness and respect for our own bodies, our breath, and the little whispers that our bodies are giving to us, the messages. Listen in, learn to trust yourself. Okay, we're going to step the right foot through again. So like last time, if you like to send it out behind you first, this time keep the back knee lifted. Find your balance, adjust yourself, come up into high lunge. Arms overhead. Same thing. Allow the stretch to happen, sure. Sink in, keep pressing into that front foot so it's controlled. Draw in the lower belly, lifting from the waist. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale into warrior 2. Keeping that right knee above the right ankle. Active through both legs, equal weight through both feet. Gently reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior 2. Swivel the back toes, find that high lunge again. And then again we're springing to warrior 3. So onto the front leg, hands to the heart, left leg behind you. Find the breath. Find your drishti, your gaze point to help with balance. And then find your one-legged Tadasana. Bring the left knee into the chest. Lifting from the waist. Engaging through the standing leg. Okay, this time we're going to send the left leg behind the right leg, probably off the mat. And find a sort of a squat. It's like a curtsy, sorry, not a squat, and let the hands come behind you again, palms up, like we did in our half splits. And if you'd like a little additional bit of fun, you can bring the hands back to the heart and find a twist. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and find a twist in this curtsy shape. Nice, come back to center, come back to warrior 3, maybe having to touch down a little, and then back to high lunge. Touch the back toes down, find your high lunge. I love a funky transition, and it's always worth doing them because they're fun, even if we fall out of them again and again and again. The practice is we just keep trying. And we have fun in the process. Okay, gently bring the hands to the ground, step to plank, find your vinyasa. meeting back in downward dog. So have a little check in. We've done a few vinyasas to downward dog now, so just seeing what's shifting, what's changing. How do the backs of the legs feel? How do the two sides of the body feel? When you're ready, step the left foot through between the hands. Find your high lunge. So the dual movement, the weight sinking down, the energy that's rebounding from really grounding through the foot, the reaching energy through the fingertips, the grounding energy into the shoulders. Take a breath in. Open into your warrior two. Feel into both feet. Draw in the lower belly. Feel the energy in both arms. And then gently reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Swivel on the back toes, find your high lunge. And when you're ready, we'll spring forward into our warrior three. Right leg out behind. Find your gaze point, embrace the wobble. Slowly make your way up to one-legged Tadasana. Knee into chest. Keep that standing leg active. And then take the right foot, sweep it behind off the mat into a curtsy. Sweep the hands palm up. Bend as deeply into the legs as you can. And then if you want the additional twist, bring the hands back to the heart. Place the elbow on the outside of the left knee. Press the palms together, twisting from the belly. Okay, come back to center. Lift up again into our warrior three. And then find your high lunge, touching down gently. Hands to the floor, step to plank. And then one more time, cruise through your flow. Don't forget, you can always just miss that out and go straight to down dog. Settle in here, just let yourself land. 2 or 3 really focused breaths, reconnect with yourself. Okay, from here we're going to find a seat. So you can bring the knees down, swing the legs round, hop, jump, however you want to get there. Take the sole of the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. And then really activate this leg. Draw the toes towards you. Really nice, energized leg. And then you can either walk your hands forward or lift them overhead. Take a deep breath in, find that sense of spaciousness, and then let yourself hinge forward, releasing the hands when you reach your edge. People have different preferences. Either is absolutely fine, or indeed any other way that you wish to get into this forward fold. When you're here, you can let the palms face up or down. Traditionally, the palms facing up is a gesture of receiving and openness. Putting the palms down is more closed, keeping your energy in, grounding you. You can hold the leg or the foot. And then slowly come back up, keep the legs where they are. Plant the right hand just outside the right hip. And lift up, we'll find stargazer. Really opening through the chest, across the collarbones, the heart. And then sit yourself back down. Take this right foot, cross it to the outside of the left knee. Drape your left arm down your thigh, place the right hand behind, and then really hug that in. Let your thigh move really closely to your heart. And then twist from the belly. If you'd prefer, you can place the elbow, like we did in the curtsy twist, on the outside of the knee and really use it to lever. Elbow into knee, knee into elbow. And then slowly release that. Let the right leg go long. Left foot to the inside of the thigh. Find your preferred route down, but think where you're going first. Activate this right leg. Think about it. Draw in the lower belly a little. Find your breath. And then move in mindfully. I have to say, I think of the many, many, many things that yoga has taught me over the years of practice. I think one of the most important is the beauty and benefit of mindfully entering any situation, not just on your yoga mat, but in life. And then suddenly you see, if we rush headlong into things without planning or forethought or being aware of our own bodily feedback or whatever it is, that's when we tend to get into pickles, mistakes, or on our yoga mat into injury. When we can think and move consciously, looking for space, listening carefully, we can't really go wrong. And slowly let yourself come back up. Plant the left hand outside the left hip. Lift yourself up, find your stargazer. Find a sense of joy and playfulness, a sense of openness in your body and your spirit. Slowly sit the hips back down. Take this left foot, cross it over to the outside of your right knee. Drape this right arm down your thigh. Place your left hand behind you and then find that twist from the belly. Again, if you'd rather bring the elbow, sometimes that bigger movement of your elbow against the knee against the elbow can facilitate a deeper twist, but that might not be what you're going for, so you decide. Slowly come round to center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Again, any distance that works for you. You can hold the ankles, lift. You can pull quite hard on them actually as you lift the heart. And then soften into the fold. Maybe release that grip. Maybe let the hands come down again and maybe cup the feet. We all have such wildly different mobility and range of motion in our hips. So if you are up here, that's absolutely fine too. And then just reconnecting with your breath for these final few moments. Let yourself come back up. Find an easy cross-legged shape. Take a final slow centered breath as we lift the arms. Let the palms touch. Feel that warm skin on skin. Take another slow breath in here. And as you exhale, with a little bit of resistance, draw the hands slowly, slowly down to your precious heart. And then open your eyes, release your hands. Maybe before you dash back off into your day, just take another moment. Just thank yourself for stepping onto your mat, for prioritizing this time of movement and care, of learning to trust yourself of learning to enjoy embodiment, falling back in love with your miraculous, beautiful body. Yoga has so many gifts for us. You know, moving on our mat is great. It brings us lots of energy, it keeps us supple, and it allows us to be balanced and all of these things. But my goodness, the gifts of yoga are so deep and far-reaching. And if you are practicing with me regularly, I really hope you're starting to experience that for yourself. Also, little side note, if you were watching, you'll have seen that I fell out of those warrior threes numerous times in that practice and had to put my hand or my foot down. You know, that happens. There is no perfection in yoga. We're not aiming to get anywhere. We are just enjoying being in our bodies. That's basically it. And when we do that with mindful awareness, connection with our breathing, the gifts just arrive by themselves. Whether or not you fall out of warrior three, it's kind of immaterial. Anyway, thank you so much for practicing me. I love doing this, and I love the thought that I am managing to share this joyful, life-changing practice of yoga with you. So from my very green little studio to your wherever you are practicing, and from my heart to yours, enjoy the rest of your day, sending lots of love and beautiful energy to you, and I will be back again soon. Bye.